This right here is my modified PSP 1000. It has an IPS screen with 4-level brightness, plus a real Nintendo Switch Thumbstick, not a fake one, but an actual Nintendo Switch Joy-Con thumbstick. The old stick felt clunky and hard to control, but this one, it glides so smoothly, pops right back to center, and even clicks when you push it down. It also has a Type-C USB charging port. And the best part, you can still use the original DC jack too. This PSP has a problem with its charging circuit. It can't detect PSP batteries when the charger isn't plugged in. So I hooked up a separate 5 volts boost converter board with a 4000 mAh battery connected straight to the 5 volts input. No need for the PSP's BMS board at all. Then there's the fun stuff, Sound-Reactive LEDs that pulse with every beat, an additional large speaker at the back for a louder sound, and an added Bluetooth module so I can go wireless anytime, anywhere. This video is not a tutorial, it is just showing off the finished outcome of my PSP 1000 modifications. The tutorial on how to make these modifications will be linked in the description once completed. If you find this video interesting, please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. The green indicator in the upper right corner is for when the battery is at 25% or above. When it turns off, that means you're down to 25% or lower. And if the blue indicator on the battery cover blinks continuously, your battery is almost at 0%. Time to save your game and charge it up before it completely shuts down. You can charge it up using a Type-C USB charger or with the original PSP DC jack charger. The downside with this boost converter power module is that you can't use the PSP while it's charging. However, if you really want to play, you can play without the battery by removing the battery connector wire, just plugging the charger directly. I'm planning to replace the power module that works while charging and will update it soon. Once done, I'll update it in the description link too. Now, let's turn it on. You'll need to set up the date first. Then, let's throw on some music so I can show off the Sound-Reactive LED mod and that extra big speaker I stuck on the back. I put 6 blue LEDs, 2 for left and right triggers, 1 for D-pad, 1 for action buttons, and 2 for left and right speakers. You can turn on and off the Sound-Reactive LEDs through this switch. I also put a switch for the extra large speaker. You can turn it off as you please. Let me turn it on and off so that you can hear and compare the added volume of the additional speaker to the PSP. Now let's test the Nintendo Switch joystick. You might be concerned about the fact that Switch joysticks are known for drifting issues, where they register a direction where they aren't pointing. But even with that possible issue in the future, it is still worth it to upgrade to a Switch joystick for the comfort and ergonomics. To avoid drifting issues down the line, what we need to do is install the Macrofire plugin and enable it. Once enabled, you can open the menu by pressing the volume down and up buttons. Make sure the Macrofire engine is turned on. Once that's done, go down to the analog stick sensitivity adjustment option. You can change settings from there. The red one is the dead zone radius. When you move the thumbstick, you can see what movement is being registered. Anything inside the dead zone circle will not register as movement, so you need to press the stick outside the red circle for it to register. For example, if the thumbstick is drifting really far to the left, you can adjust the origin X and Y coordinates. Or just tweak the dead zone radius. You can also adjust the thumbstick sensitivity here. So yeah, you can fine-tune these settings to compensate for drift. Let's test the thumbstick movement in the internet browser. You can see there's no drifting since the arrow pointer doesn't move on its own. I'm going to show you how smooth the movements are by moving it up and down, left and right, and rotating it in different directions. You may be wondering about the clickable L3 button of the Switch Thumbstick. What I did is hook it up to the left trigger button. When I press it in, you can see it activates the left trigger function. I chose the left trigger so I can use it to change the camera view in racing games like Asphalt, Urban GT2, and MotorStorm Arctic Edge, as well as to block attacks in games like God of War and Ben 10. Let's play some games. To end this video, I'd like to show you the added Bluetooth function on my PSP 1000. Here's the power switch for the Bluetooth module. First, turn it on, you'll see the module start to blink and try to connect to the nearest Bluetooth device. Once connected, We'll need this dummy headphone jack to activate the PSP's headphone function. I made a mistake with this Bluetooth setup. I forgot to connect the jack switch to the power switch. So instead, I made this dummy jack to use the Bluetooth function properly. In my future PSP modifications, I'll make sure to link the jack switch to the Bluetooth power switch so there's no need for a dummy jack. Let's play a song. You can see that when Bluetooth is connected and the dummy jack is plugged in, the song plays through the Bluetooth speaker. When I remove the dummy jack, it switches to the PSP's built-in speakers. Hope you enjoy my video. Don't forget to subscribe so you'll be updated on my next tutorial videos. Thanks for watching.